You are now locked into the latest and the greatest on the Android system. This is the channel that gives you information every day and every way possible. Make sure you go ahead and you hit the like button on your way in. Hit the bell as well. Subscribe and become a member of the family. Check out the full catalog of videos I made just for you, and I'll see you right after this. Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Serrano. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I appreciate you for being a subscriber here. Today we have another unboxing, and as you can see, I do have the box here. It did come with the Amazon Prime that I got on the Metro PCS deal. So, you know, there's no shipping fee or anything like that. This thing came within like 2 days. I ordered it on the 3rd, and I actually got it like yesterday. So let's just read the specifications. You can see right here it is a 6.2 IPS display with 720 by 1520 pixel resolution. So you know, that's pretty cool. And you can see right here some of the other specifications. You get a dual camera system with a selfie flash, the 13 megapixel on the front, and the dual with 13 megapixel and 2 megapixel on the back. Oreo 8.1, which is actually pretty cool. So let's just go ahead, check out this new device that just was recently launched from BLU Mobile, which I definitely love the company BLU Mobile. They definitely been putting out some really hot mid-range devices lately, and when I was a fan of them ever since I got the Pure View, which was definitely a really solid mid-ranger. And if you haven't seen that video, I'll definitely leave it in the link down below. It has similar specs to this phone, only this one has the notch. Other than that, I will do a comparison video of both of the phones. As you can see, it's right there on the back. So let's just go ahead and lift up, you know, the phone and see right here. It's super light in the hand. That's at first impression. Right away, we're going to be able to see that this is going to be a good one-hand operation device with that 6.2 compact display. Now you can see all the contents that come inside of the box. Now we do get the USB cable right here. You can see it's in the white color, so that's nice and clean, nice and smooth. Also the SIM ejector tool, which is definitely really cool. We also get these headphones, which aren't, you know, the best in the world, but they're going to be pretty good sound quality. Rest assured, the ones from the Pure View were actually really good. One of my favorite headphones that I have. So these ones are way different design. The other ones were like the in-ear. Now let's check out the charging port, or the brick. Now this is, I don't see any fast charging on here, but let's just assume it's going to give you a pretty decent speed here. And you can see they did include a sticker, which is pretty cool. Now let's see what else is in here. You also get the SIM installation guide, which is pretty cool. So let's just go ahead and pull out this last quick guide right here. And also you do get your case, the clear TPU case, which is definitely appreciated. So, you know, BLU is always hooking it up with the cases, the screen protectors, always outdoing themselves, headphones, and wow, a second case. So not only did they include the first clear TPU cases, as if that wasn't enough, but they just went right ahead and gave the second one. So I'm definitely a fan of BLU. Just by their presentation and the way they put together a package here. You can see they're giving you everything you need right out the box, along with that tempered glass as well, which is plastic. And you can see here the box is empty. So let's just go ahead and take a look at the phone real quick. But first, let's just take a look at the packaging, which is definitely top level here. So I'm definitely impressed with the packaging. Put that off to the side and take a look at this device. Now, if I may, let's look at the VIVO XL4 6.2 all screen display, which is HD plus MediaTek P22, the 2 gigabyte 4000 millihour dual cameras. Also, you know, some really nice build quality right here. So you can see, let's just go ahead and remove that sticker. It's a 3 gigabytes of RAM, 32 of ROM right here. So you're seeing the build quality right here, which is actually premium aluminum edges and a plastic back right there. You could see it has the SIM ejection port right there. Nice aluminum body right there, and you can see the glass comes up real nice, and it's kind of just embedded in there really nicely. So a really nice build quality. You can see the microphone and the USB port for charging. I'm assuming that's going to be quick charging. Then you can see the top has the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, so you're going to be able to, that's actually really cool that they retain that option in 2018, especially since a lot of devices are straying away from it. And you can see the volume rockers, which are actually really solid. The 13 megapixel camera, the flash, which doubles up as a notification light, which is definitely really cool. This premium design here is nice, and you can see right here compared to the LG Stylo 4, it's pretty similar in dimensions, although the Stylo 4 is a little bit wider and a little bit taller, even though they're both 6.2 inch phones. But the Vivo XL4 is going to be a little bit more compact and barely noticeable that you'll be able to see that the Stylo 4 is a little bit taller and a little bit wider. So you're getting a nice, with the Vivo 4, with the XL4, you're getting a nice feel in the hand, really nice compact feel in the hand. You could just, let's go ahead and remove that sticker, that final sticker on the back, and you could see, now appreciate the full back cover with the blue logo right there, Fingerprint Reader right there above it, and that has a nice surface area, so you have a lot to get to right there if you're trying to unlock it. Good security and just a nice overall design, really premium. The camera has like a little hump on the back of it, sort of like the iPhone with that dual setup, which is actually pretty cool, with the 13 megapixel and the 2 megapixel. Let's just take a look at the first boot up here. We're just going to see that notch right at the top with that full display right there, as they did mention on the box or in the spec sheet. And you can see right here we are greeted with a hi there when we actually do power it on, and this is the first option. So let's just go ahead and get started right here, and you can see that it does ask us to actually go ahead and get started with the Wi-Fi. So right here you can see it's at the 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. We're actually not going to set it up right now, so let's just go ahead and skip forward. But you can see this phone did actually release pretty much like a few days ago, and is actually a really highly requested device. It also comes in the black and gold color. And let's just go ahead and set up the fingerprint reader. Now it does have a nano SIM also, and it does have Android OS of the 8.1. You can see the fingerprint sensor is actually setting up right now, and does run on the MediaTek Helio P22 MT6762 processor. So right here you can see we're actually asking to set up the date and stuff like that, and you can see right here we also are having a Power VR GPU. Now right here you can also see and appreciate that they do tell us some options here for the home screen. So let's just go ahead and pull down that settings menu right here, and you can see the brightness is at full brightness, so that's actually does get really bright. And then the screen's display is 720 by 1520, which is actually HD plus. You can see right here some of the settings options, and then drop down menu for the notification bar. So you do notice that it does have 3 gigabytes of RAM, 32 gigabytes of ROM. It also does have autofocus on the cameras with the 13 front and the dual setup with autofocus. And you can see right here the home screen right here, which is actually smooth as butter on the Android system. So that's actually really cool. You're getting all the networks, basically all the LTE bands right here, and it comes unlocked right out the box with stock Android, which is really cool. A 4,000 millihour non-removable battery, which is definitely really nice to see. And this fingerprint, you can see, is actually really responsive. Also does come with some facial recognition technology, which we'll take a look at later in the video. You can see it does also come with the accelerometer, compass, fingerprint, light sensor, and proximity sensor. So it's actually missing the NFC and gyroscope. So you can see it does give us a bunch of options straight out the box with the features right here. You also get fast charging and dual SIM, which is actually pretty cool. So you can actually have a dual SIM option. So that's pretty dope. So let's just see all these different features right here that they're offering right in the actual settings menu, which I've never seen before. So that's definitely pretty cool that they actually separated it from the settings options. We're gonna have to do a tips and tricks video because this phone has a ton of features. You can see some of them are in the notification bar, and you can actually set this phone up for gestures right here at the bottom where it says navigation. But we're not going to get into that in this video. We're just going to just give you a brief, like overall synapse of the device. You can see some of the emojis here do look really good, and they're up to date and they're really nice. So this device is really going to be good for social media and GIFs and everything like that. And you can see the software right here is actually on Oreo, and it's on actually we have to update the software. We'll get in that just later in the video with the software update. But you can see right here it is running Oreo, and it did get the November 5th November security patch, so it's running on the latest BLU software, which was rolled out, which is definitely good to see that BLU is actually rolling out software updates. You can see it does come with a flashlight feature, which is cool. You also do long press on that home screen, you get the option to change wallpaper. So let's just take a look at some of the different wallpapers that do actually come out the box, which is pretty cool. You can see these wallpapers look really good on this screen. This screen makes these wallpapers look really vivid, or vice versa. The wallpapers make the screen look really vivid, or maybe it is just really colorful and the screen is just bursting with color. It does look really good with any wallpaper I put on here. So that's actually a good sign. You can see that they do have the app settings menu right here, so you can actually adjust more settings. We're gonna have to do a tips and tricks, like I said, because there's just a ton of settings in here. So we'll get into that later in another video. But you can see right here that you do offer, when you swipe down, you can get some gestures to open your apps or your like a Google search bar, which is pretty cool. You can actually delete the apps here in the app tray. You can actually set up this phone to have an app tray or not have an app tray, have a notch or not have a notch. Now this is the software update. It actually did come in when I turned on the Wi-Fi, and immediately I just downloaded it. There was no other option. It just downloaded by itself automatically when you get to Wi-Fi, which is cool. So right here we're actually finished with the update, and you can see that screen just looks really good. It kind of reminds me of the XR from the iPhone, which is how they mimic the notch and the camera setup. And you can see that is running on the latest BLU software. Now let's just take a look at the cameras for a second and just appreciate those. Okay, so now you can appreciate it does have some really good settings off the bat. Pro options, panorama, you get portrait mode, you get slow-mo, you get time-lapse, you get auto scene mode. You get pretty much every feature that all the high-end camera devices are actually coming out with in 2018. So this phone comes packed with a ton of different features that you can actually use right out of the box. And definitely if you're a beginner, you can get set up really quickly. So basically you can just see all the modes here. It does have geotagging, so when you do take a photo or a video, you can actually remember where you took it. So there's just a ton of different features in the camera. We're going to get into some more detail right here. When you actually hit that button, you can customize, like some of the lock screen options here and get double click to unlock, which is dope. So this phone is actually offers really nice screen displays. You can see right here, when you're in apps, you can designate which apps will get the full display, the 18:9 or the 16:9, depending on your personal preference. So right here you can see it's at the full display, but the YouTube doesn't actually take advantage of the full notch. So right here you can see like the display and the colors are just popping, and it does have a really nice overall just like experience. When I was watching the videos at the highest setting, which is 720 frames per second, I was getting some really good quality video. I mean, that video was top notch. I was looking at the screen and I was just like, am I bugging out right now? Because I thought that thing was 1080 plus display or 1080p full HD display, but you fooled my eyes on the YouTube. You can see more settings right here in the navigation bar, so you can actually customize all the different buttons, or you could just set up gestures like I did. After this video, I set up the phone completely and downloaded all of my apps, and we're getting to that follow-up video with, you know, all the different things you could do and how the phone performs, and, you know, like everything like that. We'll go in a lot more detail, but glad you're staying tuned so far. But here we're just checking out some more settings for the display. It's offering a ton of different options to, you know, actually change the display and stuff like that. So I was just really impressed how stock Android like this phone was, but also how many features that it packed, because there was barely any bloat, but you're just getting a ton of different customization options for the display, for the navigation, for like just like everything. Like, so you can see right out the box, the storage, you basically do get to only use up 9 gigabytes out of 32, which is actually pretty good. You know, that's really good. So you'll be able to add an SD card to this and actually increase the storage. Let's take a look at the sound quality. Alright, so that sound quality was pretty loud. It got really loud, but at the same time it was a little bit tinny, but it was so loud that it didn't matter. So that was actually pretty cool. Now let's just see. You can right here actually, like I said before, customize which apps get the full set screen, the 16:9 or the 18:9, which is cool. So you can actually set up that feature to your personal preference, like I said before. And these headphones have like this magnetic thing to it, so when you touch them, they're actually negating each other, but they're like magnets. That's actually pretty cool. I definitely like that. Overall sound quality of the headphones is pretty decent. You can see that the back cover does get oily if your hands you know, are like mine and they get a little moist. You might get a lot of fingerprints building up on there, and it might get some oil and residue building up. But definitely loving this display, loving the build quality. That camera setup is really nice. Let's go ahead and set up the facial recognition and see how fast that's gonna actually work out right here. And just turn your head left and boom, that set up really quickly, and that was, you know, painless and really easy. And let's just test out that facial recognition feature and see how that's gonna work out right here. So let's go ahead and go back, and let's just go ahead and lock the screen. And oh wow, it's already unlocked. Wait, are you kidding me? That's even faster than the fingerprint sensor. That's nuts. This is one of the probably the fastest, one of the fastest. I got to do some more tests, because this is like almost as fast as the Honor 8X Max facial recognition. So yeah, let's just see, change a wallpaper right here and just to give it a different feel. Definitely comes with some really nice wallpapers as well, and I like how this notch looks. I hated notches at first, but now that I'm seeing how they set it up, it definitely looks cool. It comes with all these features right here. You can also set up the multitasking window. So let's just set up the multitasking window from the features right there. So that's actually pretty cool. This device is definitely going to be something you could use as a backup phone or even a daily driver at the price point. that it comes in the mid-range segment, I could definitely say this is a solid pickup if you're actually considering purchasing it. I don't think you'll be you know, I don't think you'll be like regretful whatsoever. Just the display looks really good, and the screen looks really good, and it performs really fast, and it runs really good on Oreo. We're gonna test the cameras out, we're gonna test the sound quality out more, and just do a lot more to testing and compare this one with the Pure View, just to see which one is actually better, because they're similar in price points. But have a great morning, afternoon, evening, and depending where you are, have a great night. Peace. Hit that like button on your way out. Thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned for the next video. It's your boy Serrano. Have a great morning, afternoon, evening, and good night. Peace.